Okay, so you put in the time this spring to go out turkey hunting, getting up early in the AM, spending money on shells, decoys, blinds, calls, whatever. And now you're looking for a cheap way to display your turkey trophy without having to get it mounted by a professional. Or maybe you're just looking for another way to display all the beards that you shot over the years that you've just had laying around and want to find a cheap way to display them. So, first of all, you need to go shoot a turkey. And you have to harvest the beard, cut the spurs off with a hacksaw about a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch above and below the spur. And then you need to go to your Walmart or similar store and pick up some borax that we'll use to dry out the flesh and make it nice and hard so it won't rot, and put it in a plastic Ziploc bag. I shot my turkey about 3 weeks ago, and it's just right to do this little project. Next, after you shoot your turkey, hopefully it only took 1 shot, but if it took more, save one of the empties because we're going to use it here in a little bit. Next, you're going to want a good pair of shears. I like to use this rawhide string. I suppose you could use any other kind of string, but I like the leather string. You're going to need a hammer and a nail. We're going to pop the primer out of the empty shotgun shell here in a little bit, and then you're going to want a hot glue gun. And I think that's pretty much it to get this project started. So the first thing you want to do is take these shears and cut the plastic portion off of your shotgun shell. So all that's left is the brass portion. It takes a little while to get down to the brass here. Next thing you're going to want to do is pop out this primer, and want to be a little careful. Make sure you're using a primer that's been fired, of course. Be helpful to have a vise or something. That's all it took right there. Primer's out. You got a nice hole there. Next thing you want to do is cut off a piece of rawhide leather. I cut it about 15 inches or so. You can always trim it here in a little bit. And then you have your spurs. Got pretty nice ones this year. You're going to want to clear out all the bone marrow, skin the scaly legs off of there, and all you're left with is bone and spur. And then we're going to hang it like this. So I like to have my spurs pointing up when I do it. So slip through the marrow cavity, through the hollow bone here. Put this one on like this. And then we're left with 2 ends like this. And the goal is it's going to look like this hanging there. Even those up. And then we're going to take our brass shotgun shell here, and we're going to slip these through here, through the top. I'm going to trim these up a little bit because I can already see they're going to be too long for what I want. And then you're going to tie a couple tight knots. at the end of your strings. Trim them up again, and then pull it tight. Okay, now that we have that, we're gonna have the spurs hanging like that, and now you take your beard, and what I did is I left a lot of flesh on there when I originally cut it off the turkey, and then I put it in the borax, and all that flesh shrunk down and dried out, and then I took my shears. I just made a small on the top as I dare go, without cutting any hairs or any of the attachments of the hairs. Get all the feathers off there. And then we're going to hot glue this up into the brass of the shotgun shell and hold it there for a while. So I just load. The brass is going to get hot with this hot glue gun, so you're going to want to be careful. Load it up in there. Then you're going to want to hold that for, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, however long it takes to set up good. If that brass gets really hot, you're not going to want to touch it at all. Be careful. Okay, once the hot glue is dry and the beard's not going to fall out of there, here's what your final product is going to look like. And then I like to take a blank address label. I write where and when I shot the turkey, and then any other statistics. Like I like to put the weight, or maybe who you were with or whatever. And I tape that, stick that right on the brass, and then I hang it up. And what I've done is I've taken a tail fan from a previous turkey and I put it on a wood plaque. Like a lot of places you can go buy a wood plaque. I hammered some nails in, and then I hang every beard that I do like this on nails that I put into the wooden plaque. So I have one tail fan and a bunch of beard and spurs hanging there, and I have a little picture of what I have, cheap weighted. And then I think you should save the tail off of every turkey. At the National Convention in Nashville this year, I bought this little turkey tail saver deal. It seems to have worked really well in preserving my turkey tail. Here's what it turned out to look like. And this again has only been 3 weeks. It's pretty much done. I put a little borax on there, straightened it out, and then cinched it up in this turkey tail saver, and it came out looking really good. Yeah. So you got your turkey tail and your spurs and your beard, and that's all I consider the trophy of the turkey. You enjoy the meat at the dinner table, and you can enjoy these hanging on your wall.